Buckle up, everyone. We're about to take a deep dive into the world of Kimi k1.5. This AI is not just learning, it's learning to reason in ways we haven't really seen before,
Yeah, Kimi k1.5, it really stands out because it's a multi-modal LLM, a large language model. And the exciting part is that it's trained using reinforcement learning. We call it RL for short.
So it's not just another AI, just spitting out information.
Yeah.
Let's break this down. What makes Kimi k1.5 so special? Let's start with that multimodal thing. What does that even mean?
Well, think of it this way. Kimi k1.5 learns from all sorts of different sources. Text, images, diagrams, even code. It kind of processes information in a more, a more holistic way, similar to how we learn as humans.
Okay, so it's not limited to just like text.
Exactly.
It can process different types of data, which brings us to reinforcement learning.
Yeah.
How does that work? And why is it so different from how other AIs learn?
Well, most AIs, they're trained by being fed, just massive, massive amounts of data, and they kind of just find patterns in it. It's almost like memorizing a textbook,
Right.
But with RL, Kimi k1.5 learns through trial and error. It tries to solve problems, gets rewards for correct answers, and then uses that feedback to kind of adjust its approach. It's more like, having a personal tutor guiding its learning process.
Oh, interesting. So it's less about memorization and more about understanding and applying that knowledge
Exactly.
to solve new problems. And this deep dive is all about how Kimi k1.5 uses this combo of long context and rewards to achieve this, this groundbreaking performance in all these reasoning tasks.
Yeah.
So can you tell us, what does long context mean in this case?
So long context, it refers to Kimi k1.5's ability to consider a lot of information all at once, while it's reasoning. Imagine you're trying to solve a complex math problem.
Yeah.
You got to remember all the formulas, the steps,
Right.
right? Well, Kimi k1.5 does this, but on a much, much larger scale, allowing it to tackle these really complex problems with a deeper level of understanding.
So it's really like thinking things through.
Yeah.
Connecting the dots, not just relying on, surface level patterns. That's
Yeah.
pretty incredible. So can you walk us through this whole training process? How did they actually teach Kimi k1.5 to reason so effectively?
The training process, it involves 3 key stages: pre-training, fine-tuning, and then the reinforcement learning phase,
Okay.
the RL phase.
So what happens in each of those stages? Are they like building blocks for Kimi k1.5 reasoning abilities?
Absolutely. They're like building blocks. So pre-training, that's like building that foundation of knowledge. Kimi k1.5 was exposed to huge amounts of data. I'm talking text, code, images, all to help it kind of grasp, the fundamentals of language and how information is structured.
So it's like giving it a general understanding of the world before you start diving into specifics.
Yeah, exactly. Then we go to fine-tuning. This is where Kimi k1.5 starts to specialize a bit. It's given specific tasks, specific data, to refine its skills in, like math, coding, visual reasoning.
It's like choosing a major in college.
Yeah.
And focusing on a specific field.
Perfect analogy, yeah. And finally, we have the RL stage. This is where Kimi k1.5 really shines. It learns by doing. It gets rewards for correct answers, and it's constantly refining its approach based on that feedback. This stage is really crucial for developing those reasoning abilities.
Okay. So it's pre-training for that foundational knowledge, fine-tuning for specialized skills,
Yeah.
and then RL for honing those reasoning skills.
Right.
What I find so fascinating is how they scaled RL with this long context. Was that a challenge?
Scaling RL with long context, that was a major innovation. It allows Kimi k1.5 to consider more information and tackle harder problems. But it wasn't without its challenges. Initially, Kimi k1.5 would generate these super long responses, almost like it was overthinking, like it was trying to
Show off.
Yeah, almost. So the developers had to implement something called length penalties. These encourage Kimi k1.5 to be more concise, focus on the most important aspects of the reasoning process.
So it was like learning to be efficient
Yeah.
and to cut to the chase without losing that depth of reasoning.
Exactly, because efficiency is crucial in real-world applications where you need, quick and accurate solutions.
So they had to balance this impressive reasoning ability with practicality.
Right.
So what were some of the techniques that they actually used in Kimi k1.5's training?
Well, they employed a bunch of different methods to train Kimi k1.5 effectively. One technique was carefully curating the problems that Kimi k1.5 learned from, making sure that they were challenging and couldn't be solved with simple tricks or shortcuts. This forced Kimi k1.5 to really engage in deep reasoning.
So they were choosing problems that would push its reasoning abilities to the limit.
Yeah, like a challenging exam. They also use something called long-CoT supervised fine-tuning. So in this, Kimi K1.5 was given examples of well-reasoned solutions, much like a student learning from a master problem solver.
So they were showing Kimi k1.5 the ropes, demonstrating how to approach these complex problems.
Exactly. And then there's policy optimization. This is where Kimi K1.5 is constantly refining its approach based on its performance, like practicing for a test, learning from mistakes, and improving its
It
strategies.
sounds like they've thought of everything to help this AI learn and grow.
They also use something called sampling strategies to make the learning process more efficient. One is curriculum sampling. So they start Kimi and K1.5 off with easier problems and then gradually increase the difficulty as it learns.
Okay.
And the other is prioritized sampling. This focuses on the types of problems that Kimi K1.5 was struggling with, making sure it gets targeted practice in those areas where it needs to improve.
It's like a personalized learning plan for an AI.
Right. And that's not all. They even taught Kimi K1.5 how to code using automatically generated tests to evaluate its work.
Oh, wow.
This made sure that Kimi K1.5 wasn't just generating code, it was generating code that actually worked.
It's amazing how they're applying these techniques to all these different domains.
Hmm.
It really shows the versatility of Kimi K1.5 learning capabilities.
Yeah.
And it's not just about text either. Kimi K1.5 can learn from visual data too, right?
Absolutely. Kimi K1.5 was trained on a variety of visual data, real-world images, diagrams, even text rendered as images. This multimodal learning, it allows Kimi K1.5 to develop a more, holistic understanding of information, just like we do.
So it can process information from all these different sources, connect the dots, develop a deeper understanding. It's pretty remarkable.
Hmm.
But, how do they make all of this reasoning power practical?
Hmm.
You mentioned something earlier called long too short.
Ah, yes. Long to short. It's a really clever technique that's designed to make Kimi K1.5's reasoning power accessible even with limited time or resources. What it does is it takes the knowledge that Kimi K1.5 learned in a long context and transfers it to a shorter, more efficient model. This enables quick and concise reasoning without sacrificing accuracy.
It's like creating a condensed version of its vast knowledge base to make it readily available for
Right.
real-world applications.
Yeah.
How did they actually achieve that?
They experimented with a bunch of different methods: model merging, shortest rejection sampling, DPO, and even a long-too-short version of RL. Ultimately, the long-too-short RL proved to be the most effective. It shows just how Kimi K1.5 can learn to be both intelligent and efficient.
So they're constantly pushing the boundaries, finding new ways to make its capabilities more practical and accessible.
Mhm.
What kind of results have they seen with Kimi K1.5?
The results they're really impressive. Kimi K1.5 achieves state-of-the-art performance on various benchmarks for math, coding, and visual reasoning, surpassing many existing AI systems.
Wow, that's amazing. Can you give us some specific examples? Like what kind of problems can Kimi K1.5 actually solve?
For instance, Kimi K1.5 achieved a 77.5% accuracy on these AM math competition problems. Those are notoriously difficult, even for, really talented high school students.
Hmm.
It also achieved a 94th percentile on Codeforce's coding challenges. That shows its proficiency in programming. And on MathVista visual reasoning tasks, it achieved a 74.9% accuracy. So, highlighting its ability to understand and reason about visual information.
That's incredible. Kimi K1.5 is not just solving problems, it's excelling at them. Even in these areas that require complex reasoning and problem-solving skills, it's really pushing the boundaries of what AI can do.
What's fascinating here is that Kimi K1.5 success isn't just about, achieving high scores on benchmarks. It's about demonstrating a powerful new approach to training AI, enabling it to reason more effectively and solve problems that were, previously considered too difficult for machines.
So it's not just about the results themselves, it's about the potential this approach unlocks for the future of AI. So what stands out to you about Kimi K1.5's abilities?
Kimi K1.5 shows the incredible power of long context and rewards in AI training. It reveals that AI can actually learn to reason, solve complex problems, and achieve really high levels of performance in these challenging domains. It's really a testament to the ingenuity of the developers and the potential of this new approach to AI.
It's truly remarkable what they've accomplished with Kimi K1.5. And as we wrap up part one of this deep dive, I'm left wondering what other amazing things might AI be capable of learning with these techniques? What implications does this have for the future? We'll be right back with part 2 of this deep dive, so don't go anywhere.
Yeah, we'll dive into some even more fascinating aspects of Kimi k1.5 in part 2. Stay tuned. So picking up where we left off, Kimi k1.5's reasoning abilities really open up a world of possibilities.
It's like we're on the verge of a new era of AI, where machines can not only process information, but actually understand it, reason about it.
Precisely. Imagine AI collaborating with scientists on groundbreaking discoveries, automating complex tasks in, finance, healthcare, or personalizing education to individual students' needs. The potential applications are vast.
It's exciting and also a bit daunting, to think about the potential impact.
That's why these conversations are so important. We need to understand both the benefits and the challenges of this increasingly sophisticated AI.
Absolutely. So let's delve a little deeper into some of the technical aspects here. We talked about Kimi k1.5's learning from rewards. How do the developers actually design these rewards? It seems pretty crucial for guiding its learning, right?
Yeah, reward design it's really critical because the wrong rewards can lead to the AI learning the wrong things or, prioritizing the wrong outcomes.
It's like, accidentally training a dog to shake with its tail instead of its paw.
Yeah.
How do they make sure that Kimi k1.5 is being rewarded for genuine reasoning?
Well, it depends on the task. For coding, they use these automatically generated test cases. And Kimi k1.5 gets a reward if its code passes those tests.
Oh,
So it's a pretty straightforward approach for these, objective tasks.
yeah, that makes sense for coding. But what about more subjective tasks like math problems that could have, multiple solution paths? How do they reward the reasoning process itself?
For math, they developed a separate reward model. Think of it as like a digital teacher that's grading Kimi k1.5's work.
Oh, so it's not just about getting the right answer.
Right.
It's also about understanding the steps taken to get there.
Exactly. So this reward model, it analyzes both the answer and Kimi k1.5's solution process, and it recognizes different expressions of the same mathematical concept, just like a human grader would.
Yeah.
This encourages Kimi k1.5 to actually develop a deep understanding of math, not just, learn shortcuts or tricks to get to the right answer.
It's incredible how they're teaching it to think like a mathematician, not just a calculator. This level of sophistication, it must require, immense computing power
Yeah.
and resources.
You're absolutely right. Training an AI like Kimi k1.5, it requires massive data sets, sophisticated algorithms, specialized hardware.
Yeah, it's definitely not something you can whip up on a home computer.
No, definitely not. But they've made some clever choices to manage, all this complexity. Remember, Kimi k1.5's tendency to generate those really long responses,
Yeah.
that overthinking phase.
Yeah, like it was trying to show off.
Right. Well, they address this by developing what they call partial rollouts. It's a technique that breaks down those long reasoning processes into smaller, more manageable chunks.
Oh, okay. So instead of processing everything at once,
Right.
they're dividing the problem into smaller steps.
Precisely. And this happens over multiple iterations. So Kimi k1.5 starts working on a problem, generates a part of the solution, which is saved,
Hmm.
and then used in the next iteration.
It's like a relay race where each runner contributes to the final outcome.
That's a great analogy. Yeah. And this approach, it really optimizes resource usage because they can reuse these computed parts. They avoid redundant calculations, and that saves a lot of time and energy.
It's like saving your progress in a video game, so you don't have to start over from the beginning every time.
Right.
Efficient and practical.
They also have this unique system for managing training and inference. So both processes actually run on the same hardware, which is pretty unusual.
Wait, so they're training and testing Kimi k1.5 simultaneously?
Essentially, yes. They've designed this system that can seamlessly switch between training and inference without having to, move data around or shut down parts of the system. It really demonstrates the thought and engineering that has gone into building a system that can handle these massive training demands.
It sounds like they've really considered every detail to make this whole training process as efficient and effective as possible.
They've done remarkable work, really pushing the boundaries of what AI can achieve.
But beyond just the technical achievements, I think we also need to consider the bigger picture. The impact of these advancements on society. What are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely. AI like Kimi k1.5, it has the potential to, to revolutionize many aspects of our lives, from scientific discoveries to healthcare to education. But with great power comes great responsibility, right? It's crucial to have these open discussions about the ethical implications of advanced AI.
Yeah.
We need to ensure that it's used for the benefit of humanity.
It's a shared responsibility for developers, policymakers, and society as a whole.
Exactly. The future of AI is being shaped right now, and we all have a role to play in making sure it's a future that we can embrace.
This discussion has been incredibly insightful, but it seems like we've only just scratched the surface here. There's so much more to explore.
Indeed. We'll delve into even more fascinating aspects of Kimi K1.5 in part 3. Stay tuned.
And we're back for the final part of our deep dive into Kimi k1.5. We've talked about the multimodal learning, the reinforcement learning with long context, and the potential impact of this incredible AI.
Yeah, and there's still so much more to explore. The field of AI it's constantly advancing, and Kimi K1.5 is, a shining example of what's possible.
It's truly inspiring to see these advancements. So we've discussed Kimi k1.5's impressive performance on all those benchmarks. What really sets it apart from other AI systems out there? Like, what are those key ingredients to its success?
Well, one crucial factor is its ability to handle this long context. As we've discussed, Kimi K1.5 can consider vast amounts of information during its reasoning process.
Yeah.
And that enables, a much deeper level of understanding and much more sophisticated problem solving.
It's like having access to an entire library of knowledge, or
Right.
being able to draw connections and insights. That would be impossible with limited information.
Exactly. Yeah. The combination of long context and reinforcement learning it's truly transformative. Kimi K1.5 isn't just, passively absorbing information, it's actively engaging with it. It's learning from its mistakes, it's refining its strategies through trial and error.
It's learning by doing,
Yeah,
like a student applying their knowledge in real world scenarios.
precisely. Experience is the best teacher, even for AI. And that's where the developers' meticulous approach to data curation and reward design that really comes in. They've gone to great lengths to make sure that Kimi K1.5 learns from high quality data, and that it's being rewarded for genuine reasoning, not just, superficial patterns or tricks.
It really highlights the importance of both the data we feed these AI systems and the guidance we provide during training. Even with these advanced algorithms, the quality of the input and the training methods really shapes the AI's abilities.
Absolutely. Kimi K1.5 it's a testament to this thoughtful and meticulous approach to AI development. It really showcases the power of human ingenuity combined with cutting-edge technology.
That brings up an interesting point. We focused a lot on the technical aspects of Kimi K1.5, but what about the human element in all of this? What role do the developers, the researchers, play in shaping AI like Kimi K1.5?
Oh, the human element is absolutely essential. AI doesn't develop in a vacuum. It's a product of human creativity, ingenuity, and importantly, our values.
So it's not just about, writing code. It's also about, making choices, setting goals, and considering the potential impact of the technology that we're creating.
Exactly. The decisions that are made during development, they have a profound impact on how the AI learns and how it behaves. For instance, Kimi K1.5's developers, they chose to prioritize reasoning and problem-solving skills, and that shaped its training and its capabilities.
It's like raising a child. We provide guidance, we set boundaries, we encourage certain behaviors,
Yeah.
and the same principles apply to AI development.
That's a great analogy. And just like with children, we want to develop AI that is responsible, ethical, and ultimately beneficial to society. And that's why we need to have these ongoing conversations about the values that we embed in AI and the safeguards that we put in place.
It's a shared responsibility, for developers, policymakers, and society as a whole.
Well said. Yeah. The future of AI, it's not predetermined. It's being shaped by the choices that we're making today.
That's what makes this whole thing so fascinating and so critical, to be exploring the world of AI right now. Kimi K1.5 is just one example of the incredible advancements that are being made. But it really serves as this powerful reminder of both the potential and the responsibility that comes with these breakthroughs.
I completely agree. As we kind of wrap up this deep dive, I'm filled with excitement and cautious optimism. AI has the potential to solve some of humanity's, greatest challenges, but it's up to us to make sure that it's used for good.
It's the journey we're all on together. With careful consideration, collaboration, and a commitment to ethical development, we can shape a future where AI enhances our lives and helps us create a better world. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the fascinating world of Kimi K1.5.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep asking those big questions.